The United Nations says it is running dangerously low on cash, warning that long-standing funding problems have now reached a breaking point. In a letter to member states, Secretary-General Antonio Guterres warned that the crisis is deepening and could soon lead to financial collapse. The UN says the problem is driven by two factors: the non-payment of mandatory dues by member states and UN budget rules that force the organization to return unspent funds.
The Secretary-General has, as you know, repeatedly made clear the problem both of non-payment of dues by member states and the related problem of the UN being forced to repay member states for budget expenses that it does not budget money that it does not spend, so those two factors have put us on an unsustainable trajectory.
The Secretary-General had already warned last November that returning nearly $300 million in budget credits would trigger a liquidity crisis this year, a warning the UN says has now become reality.
Although more than 150 member states paid their dues last year, we ended 2025 with a record $1.56 billion in outstanding dues, which is more than double that of the previous year. So unless either the payments come in or we're not compelled to spend, to return the monies that we are not able to spend because we didn't receive the budget, unless one of those two things happen, we face a real danger of running out of money.
The warning comes as the United States, the UN's largest contributor, has cut voluntary funding and withheld mandatory payments to both the regular and peacekeeping budgets. The US accounts for 22% of the UN's core budget, followed by China at 20%.
We do not have the sort of cash reserves and the sort of liquidity to keep functioning as we've done in previous years. And this is something that the Secretary-General has warned with increasing strength each year.
Founded in 1945, the United Nations has 193 member states and plays a central role in peacekeeping, humanitarian aid, and international diplomacy. But UN officials warn that without urgent action, programs and operations around the world could soon be at risk.